You feel it, don't you? That quiet suffocation, waking up day after day, living the same cycle, going through the same motions, hoping something changes, but nothing ever does. You're trapped, not by chains, not by bars, but by your own mind. And the cruelest part? You've built the prison yourself. 6 mental traps hold you where you are. And until you face them head on, you will live the same life over and over again. The first trap, the one that swallows more lives than almost any other, is the trap of waiting for the right time. You know exactly what I mean. That excuse you keep whispering to yourself. I'll start when things settle down. I'll go after it when I'm ready. I'll take the leap when the timing is perfect. You carry this lie around like a comfort blanket, convincing yourself that patience is wisdom, when in reality, it's fear dressed up as strategy. But here's the truth you don't want to hear. There is no right time. Life will never roll out a red carpet for you. The stars will never align just to make you comfortable. The universe doesn't bend to your excuses. The world doesn't pause for your hesitation. And while you wait for some mythical moment of clarity, your time is bleeding out second by second. Look around you. How many people do you know who kept saying, "Someday I'll do it. Someday I'll start the business. Someday I'll write the book. Someday I'll chase my dream." But someday never comes. They get older, their bodies weaken, their fire dims, and suddenly they're sitting in a chair decades later, full of regret, realizing that someday was just a graveyard where their dreams went to die. That's what you're gambling with every time you say not yet. You think you have time, but time is the one thing you don't control. Every morning you wake up as a gift, and yet you treat it like an unlimited resource. You act like tomorrow's guaranteed, like the future is yours to schedule at your convenience. But ask the people who thought they had more time and lost it in an instant. Ask the ones lying on their deathbeds if waiting was worth it. The right time doesn't exist. The only time you have is now. And now is messy. Now is imperfect. Now is full of problems and obstacles and fears. But that's the battlefield where your life is decided. If you wait until conditions are perfect, you'll never start. If you wait until you're fearless, you'll never move. If you wait until you know everything, you'll never learn anything. Understand this. Hesitation is the silent killer of greatness. It doesn't scream. It doesn't shout. It just whispers, "Wait." And you obey, day after day, month after month, year after year. And one day you'll wake up realizing that hesitation has stolen your entire life. So stop lying to yourself. Stop hiding behind the excuse of timing. You don't need more time. You need more courage. You don't need perfect conditions. You need relentless action. You don't need to wait until you're ready. You need to move while you're scared. So I'll ask you, how much longer will you wait? How many more tomorrows will you waste in the hope that the perfect tomorrow will magically appear? How much of your life are you willing to burn in exchange for the illusion of someday? The right time is not coming. It never was. The right time is right now. The second trap is even deadlier than the first because it doesn't feel like a trap at all. It feels warm. It feels safe. It feels easy. It's the illusion of comfort. You tell yourself you're fine. You tell yourself life isn't that bad. You convince yourself that sticking to your routine is security, that avoiding risk is wisdom, that staying in your bubble is stability. But listen carefully. Comfort is not safety. Comfort is decay. Comfort is death disguised as peace. Every day you choose comfort, you choose to stay exactly the same. You choose stillness. You choose stagnation. You choose to rot slowly while pretending you're living. And the most dangerous part? Comfort doesn't hurt. It doesn't scream. It doesn't punish you right away. It lulls you to sleep. It numbs your fire. It whispers, "Stay here, it's easier." And before you know it, 10 years are gone, and you haven't moved an inch. Think about it. You wake up and you know exactly how the day will go. The same coffee, the same commute, the same people, the same conversations. Nothing surprises you. Nothing challenges you. And you call that life? No. It's a slow burial. You're digging your own grave with the shovel of routine. Why do you cling to comfort? Because it feels safe. Because stepping out means stepping into the unknown. It means failing. It means looking foolish. It means being judged. But here's the truth. The unknown is the only place growth lives. Discomfort is the soil where your potential takes root. If you never step into pain, into fear, into challenge, you will never transform. Look at history. Look at every person who built something great. Do you think they were comfortable? Do you think they lived in routine, avoiding risk? No. They put themselves in the fire. They stepped into the storm. They bled for what they wanted. They sacrificed comfort for progress. And because of that, their names live on, while the comfortable are forgotten. So what are you going to do? Keep wrapping yourself in comfort while your dreams starve to death? Keep hiding from discomfort like it's the enemy, when in truth, it's your only path forward? Or will you finally wake up, tear off the blanket, and step into the cold, harsh world where growth actually happens? Discomfort is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It is the door you must walk through if you want freedom. Comfort will give you a painless life, but it will also give you a meaningless one. Discomfort will break you open, but it will also make you unbreakable. So choose comfort or growth, safety or freedom, decay or transformation. But understand this, you cannot have both. The third trap, the one that steals more joy, more confidence, and more progress than almost anything else. The trap of comparison. You live in a world where comparison is not just an accident. It's engineered. Every screen you open, every scroll of your thumb, every flashing image is designed to shove someone else's life in your face. Someone richer, someone fitter, someone happier, someone who seems to have it all figured out while you're still struggling to get out of bed. And what happens? You measure yourself against them. You weigh your life against their highlight reel. And every time, you come up short. Comparison is poison. It eats away at your self-belief, one silent bite at a time. It doesn't just steal your focus, it robs you of your soul. Because no matter how far you've come, no matter what you've achieved, there will always be someone ahead of you. Stronger, smarter, faster, richer. And if your worth depends on keeping up with them, you'll never win. You'll never breathe. Think about how much time you've wasted scrolling, staring at lives that aren't even real. Do you think those perfect smiles, those exotic vacations, those flawless bodies are reality? No. They're curated illusions, polished lies designed to hook your envy and keep you addicted. And yet, you fall for it. You trade your peace of mind for pixels on a screen. But it's not just social media. It's everywhere. The coworker who seems more successful. The friend who got ahead. The sibling who made it. You keep measuring your timeline against theirs, as if life is a race where everyone starts in the same place. But they didn't. Nobody did. Everyone has a different battlefield. Everyone has a different storm. Their path is theirs, and yours is yours. But you forget that. And in forgetting, you kill your own potential. Here's the ugly truth. Comparison doesn't just distract you, it paralyzes you. You could be building, you could be creating, you could be fighting for your own dream. But instead, you waste your energy staring at someone else's. You burn your fire watching theirs burn brighter. And while you're doing that, your own flame flickers out. You want to know who you should be comparing yourself to. Not your neighbor, not your friend, not the stranger online with the life you think you want. The only person worth comparing yourself to is the one you were yesterday. That's it. If you're stronger, wiser, more disciplined than you were yesterday, you're winning. If you're not, fix it. That's the only race that matters. Because here's the thing. You will never find peace chasing someone else's pace. You will never find strength trying to live someone else's story. You are not them. You are you. And that's not a weakness. That's your weapon. No one can live your life. No one can carry your scars. No one can bring your vision into reality but you. And the more you waste time comparing, the more of your uniqueness you destroy. Comparison blinds you to your blessings. It blinds you to your growth. It blinds you to the power you already have in your hands. You look at someone else's mountaintop and forget that you're climbing your own. And if you keep looking sideways, you're going to trip and fall on the path that was built only for you. So stop it. Stop scrolling your life away. Stop measuring your worth with someone else's ruler. Stop killing your progress with comparisons that don't even matter. You don't need to be better than everyone else. You need to be better than the person you were yesterday. That's where freedom lives. That's where strength grows. That's where your true potential is waiting. Because comparison is the thief of joy. And if you keep letting it rob you, you'll live broke in spirit, even if you gain the whole world. The fourth trap is one you know too well. It's not outside of you. It's not even around you. It's inside your skull, whispering, screaming, circling endlessly. It's the trap of overthinking. You think too much. You replay every possibility, every outcome, every worst-case scenario in your mind, like a broken record. You analyze, you dissect, you plan, and then you plan again. You're so obsessed with thinking that you forget to move. And while your mind is running 1,000 miles an hour, your feet are stuck in the same place. Overthinking feels like control, but it's not. It feels like safety, but it's a cage. You believe that if you just think hard enough, long enough, carefully enough, you'll find the perfect answer, the flawless plan, the guaranteed outcome. But you never do. Because the truth is this: clarity doesn't come before action. It comes because of action. But you don't move. You hesitate. You circle. You loop. And the more you think, the less you act. The less you act, the more your fear grows. And soon, your mind isn't just analyzing. It's suffocating you. You're stuck in quicksand, sinking deeper every time you try to think your way out. How many opportunities have you missed because you were still thinking about it? How many doors have closed because you were still analyzing, still waiting, still unsure? How many times have you let your entire future slip through your fingers because you couldn't stop thinking long enough to grab it? Here's the brutal truth. You will never think your way into certainty. Life doesn't work like that. You can read every book, watch every video, ask every expert. But at some point, the only thing that moves you forward is action. Even messy action. Even imperfect action. Especially imperfect action. Look at the people who built the life you admire. Do you think they had it all figured out? Do you think they waited until they had every answer before they acted? No. They moved anyway. They took risks. They failed. They adjusted. They learned by doing. and that's why they grew. Meanwhile, overthinkers are still at the starting line, still sketching plans in the sand while the tide washes them away, still drawing the perfect blueprint that will never see the light of day, still convincing themselves that they're not ready yet. You want to kill overthinking? Here's how. Move, act, take the step, even if it's ugly, even if it's small, even if you're terrified. Because the moment you act, you break the cycle, you break the loop. You trade paralysis for progress. And progress, no matter how small, destroys fear. Understand this. Thinking alone changes nothing. You can dream it, plan it, analyze it for a lifetime. But if you don't move, your life will not move. Action is the only cure for overthinking. So stop circling in your head. Stop waiting for certainty. Stop letting your mind be a cage. Your future is not in your thoughts. It's in your steps. Take one today, then another tomorrow, and another the day after. That's how you win. That's how you build. That's how you escape the prison of your own mind. Because overthinking will bury you alive. But action will set you free. The fifth trap is subtle. It hides behind smiles, behind politeness, behind your need to feel accepted. But it's a chain just as heavy as any prison. It's the trap of seeking approval. You live your life bending and twisting yourself into shapes just to be liked. You smile when you don't want to. You agree when your soul screams no. You bury your truth so you don't offend. And little by little, you kill yourself for applause that doesn't even matter. Let's be brutally honest. You're addicted. Addicted to validation. Addicted to likes, to nods, to claps, to someone saying, "Good job." You live as if someone else's opinion has the power to define your worth. And every time you do, you hand them your chains and beg them to lock you up. But here's the truth no one wants to admit. No one is thinking about you as much as you think. The people you're trying to impress, they don't care. They're too busy chasing approval themselves. The crowd you're performing for, they'll forget you in minutes. And yet, you live your life as if their opinions are the air you breathe. Do you know what that makes you? A prisoner, a slave. Not to a tyrant, not to a dictator, but to the shifting, meaningless opinions of strangers. And let me tell you something. If you live for their approval, you'll die by their rejection. Think about how many decisions you've made out of fear of what people would say. How many dreams you've buried because someone might laugh. How many times you stayed quiet when you should have spoken, or followed when you should have led. You think you're protecting yourself from judgment, but you're really handing your life away, piece by piece, to people who don't even deserve it. Here's the reality. Approval will never fill the hole inside you. No matter how much you chase it, no matter how many people praise you, it will never be enough. Because deep down, you know the truth. You're not living your life, you're living theirs. You're not walking your path, you're walking theirs. And at the end of it all, when you're old, when you're tired, when time runs out, those people you tried so hard to impress won't be there. It'll just be you, and the regret that you never lived free. But freedom is possible. And it starts the moment you stop asking for permission, the moment you stop begging for validation, the moment you decide that your life is yours, your truth is yours, your fire is yours, and you will not dim it to make someone else comfortable. You don't need applause. You don't need approval. You don't need a crowd to stand and cheer for you. You need one thing, the courage to live by your own conviction. That's it. That's freedom. That's strength. The greatest people to ever walk this earth were not the most approved of. They were the most rejected. They were mocked, hated, ridiculed, cast aside. But they didn't stop. They didn't bow. They didn't bend. And because of that, they changed the world. So ask yourself right now, will you keep living as a puppet for other people's opinions? Will you keep silencing yourself just to fit in? Will you keep handing away your life for approval that will never be enough? Or will you break the chain? Will you stand in your truth, even if it makes others uncomfortable? Will you be bold enough to live unapologetically, without waiting for a nod, a clap, a like, a good job? Because the day you stop seeking approval is the day you finally start living. The sixth trap, the one that paralyzes more people than any obstacle on earth, the one that keeps you invisible, silent, stuck. It's the trap of fearing failure. You know it well. That voice in your head that whispers, "Don't try, don't risk it, don't put yourself out there. What if you fall? What if you lose? What if our people laugh at you?" And so you freeze. You don't move. You stay in the shadows, convincing yourself it's safer not to try at all. But let me hit you with the truth that will break you or set you free. Failure is not your enemy. Failure is not the monster you've made it out to be. Failure is the doorway. It's the raw material of growth. It's the very soil where greatness is born. The only real failure is refusing to try. The only true defeat is living your life so small, so safe, so hidden, that you never give yourself the chance to even fall. And if you live like that, if you spend your life avoiding failure, you won't just avoid pain. You'll avoid purpose. You'll avoid progress. You'll avoid every single thing that could have made your life worth living. Understand this. You are going to fall. You are going to mess up. You are going to look foolish. And that's exactly how you grow. Every scar is proof that you tried. Every setback is a lesson written on your soul. Every so-called failure is simply a step closer to strength. But you, when you run from failure, you rob yourself of those lessons. You rob yourself of the chance to transform. Think of a child learning to walk. They fall over and over again. Do we call that failure? No. It's progress. It's necessary. Without falling, they'd never walk. Without stumbling, they'd never run. But somewhere along the way, you convinced yourself that falling was shameful, that stumbling was weakness, that failing meant you weren't good enough, and that lie has chained you ever since. Do you know what's worse than failing? Regret. Regret is failure multiplied by time. Regret is the voice of an older version of you, whispering, "You had a chance and you didn't take it." That voice will haunt you. It will crush you. It will stay with you long after the pain of failure would have passed. Failure hurts for a season. Regret hurts forever. The people you admire, the ones you think are unstoppable, they failed more times than you can imagine. They were laughed at, rejected, broken, humiliated. But they got back up. They learned. They adapted. They kept moving. That's why they're legends and most people are ghosts. So what about you? Will you keep hiding in the shadows, terrified of looking foolish, terrified of stumbling? Will you keep burying your dreams just to avoid the sting of temporary failure? Or will you rise, risk it, step out, and face it head on? Yes, you will fall. Yes, you will fail. But you will also rise. You will also grow. You will also become unbreakable. Because failure doesn't bury you. Cowardice does. The fear of failure is the final chain holding you back. Break it, and nothing can stop you. Break it, and you'll finally be free to live the life you were meant for.